AOA podcast back for another episode. Frankie C is in the house.
What's happening?
Lots
Yeah,
happening.
looks like it. Look at this rundown we got here.
It's all happening. That's what I learned from Almost Famous. It's all happening.
It's a long time ago.
All right, Epstein has a new lawsuit going on in that world. It's the victims suing the FBI this time around.
Interesting.
Plus, do we finally have all that evidence that we need to prove that Matt Gaetz is a big flaming pile of you know what? God bless you.
I could have told you that without the evidence.
Alex Navalny dead. If you don't know who that is or why that's important, it's trending everywhere on TikTok, on Twitter right now, and we'll share all the news. There is a Biden investigation to update everybody on. Trump lost his case earlier today. I am very upset with Tucker Carlson, and there's a blind top five. Yeah, I am. And I'm upset with you too.
I think you're a little late to the party.
No. I have a bone to pick with you and the Democrats and Tucker Carlson and all the people that like him. We're going to lay it out on the line, all on this episode. No, I got a big problem, Jerry.
Yeah.
Let's
start with Tucker Carlson. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. I almost threw something through a window when I saw what I'm going to share with you.
He's a piece of shit.
Thing.
I know what you're talking about, and I knew that. I've been saying that for years. And he said something. Well, not everything he says.
Well, I like to judge everybody on individual merits and what they've done lately and what's going on.
Yeah, he's never done anything good. I'm sorry, but he's a piece of shit.
Well, brought back the bow tie for middle-aged white men. That's something.
Did he? Or did he make it even lamer?
Make it even worse?
Yeah. Come on. You didn't bring shit back.
I'm bringing sexy back. Me and Justin Timberlake have been working on it for years now.
Yeah.
All right. Jeffrey Epstein. So this makes me really, really happy because, Frank, we've been following Jeffrey Epstein for years now and giving everybody updates every step of the way on what's going on. But this is important because, listen, it was great that he was in jail. Obviously, that ended the way it did. Then Ghislaine Maxwell gets imprisoned, deservingly so. Then they're starting to go after some other people. But now they're going after the FBI. And I say they, meaning the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, and rightfully so. Dozens of victims got together and filed a lawsuit just 2 days ago, accusing the FBI of covering up its failure to investigate Jeffrey Epstein, enabling his sex trafficking to continue for more than 20 years. The victims, all using the Jane Doe pseudonyms, said the FBI received credible tips as early as 1996, which we've discussed before, and that Epstein trafficked young women and girls, yet failed to interview victims or share what they knew with the federal and local law enforcement. So nobody shared any information ever regarding Epstein. Nobody ever, hey, what do you guys have? No interagency sharing, no major FBI investigation. And they're receiving tips on this guy for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, take that again. For over 10 years.
Use take two.
Use the second take. Just a second take. The victim said the FBI finally began probing Epstein in 2006, but ended it 2 years later after Epstein pled guilty.
By the way, go ahead.
What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay. After Epstein pled guilty to a Florida prostitution charge and kept ignoring tips until July of 2019. So it was almost 20. It was 20 years.
I guess it was a long time. It was they didn't investigate for a very long time, and that's fucked up. Yeah, I agree. And the thing I said before was it's a Family Guy line. I was crediting what I said. But it's I think rightfully so. Now this could be one of those crazy, like they didn't investigate. Like why it has to come out? Why why they didn't investigate? All right, this lawsuit might light a fire under people saying, well, what was the excuse for the last how many years? And all that has to come out now. So
has to. Has to. And that's the point, right? Because yes, I mean, like I'm sure what the FBI is going to say is, well, we followed every tip and we did it along we could, and this is he should, she said, and this and that, and blah blah blah. They're going to have all their excuses. They're going to have all their excuses. Yeah. But the point is that there was, whatever you want to call it, a machine, a systematic failure, conspiracy theory, Big Brother, whatever you want to, the Wizard of Oz, whatever, however you want to categorize or classify this, there was more than one. There's more than just Jeffrey Epstein, here, right. And other people need to pay for it. Whether that's and now listen, I'm not really one that likes to go after police, law enforcement, or anything like that. But in this particular instance,
but yeah, if they're derelict in their duties. Yep. Then they got some explaining to do, and they got to own up. That's it. I mean, if they allowed something like that to happen for how long, for any amount of time without investigating it, yeah, that's a huge problem. I don't care what law enforcement agency it is. If you allow shit like that to go down, and you're the people that people go to stop it, what the hell? What are you even doing?
Exactly. What are you doing? What are you doing to help anybody?
Yeah. So good for them. I hope that gets underway quickly and they're able to get some more justice here.
Agree. And I hope it doesn't get settled. I hope it gets prosecuted. I hope we start to find out again who was at hand in helping him keep all this stuff a secret, keep all of it down. He got that sweetheart deal from what's his name, who was eventually named to Trump's cabinet, but then they couldn't do it because of all this stuff that popped out. I forget his name. Somebody will have it in a live chat. I know. Every one of them, every last one of them should have to fall and take the hit for this, because it wasn't just one person. It wasn't just Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. It wasn't just, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and ABC. It was a lot of, this is a conspiracy. This is actually what the definition of conspiracy is, not conspiracy theory, but conspiracy, meaning involving more than one party.
Yeah.
Right. And the FBI, obviously, as our national investigative, arm of the country here, you got to pony up on this one and you got to pay. Sorry.
Yeah. When all this shit was happening back in the day, and there was, like they said there was credible accusations or credible things.
Yeah.
And if they didn't follow any of that up, what do you that's fucked up. And it's how many years? You say almost 20 years?
Yeah, from 96 till 2019.
Oh, that's more than 20 years.
23 years.
23 years.
It stops though in 06 because he pleads guilty to the Florida thing. So I guess, but as we could all see, it didn't stop there, and it was way bigger than just in one little state. So, right. And if that is happening on a grand scale, I'm sorry, but the FBI knows about it. Somebody there knows. Maybe not the whole organization, maybe not more than one field office, but there is somebody that is putting those dots together, going, "Hold on a second, this guy's flying to all these places." There's all
once someone puts the bug in the FBI's ear about, hey, some shit's going down with this Jeffrey Epstein guy, then bells should start ringing when you hear, stuff comes in, and you start connecting dots. And if they were ignoring the dots, that's a problem.
They're huge definitely problem. Agreed. Because that's exactly, even what was the last thing we talked about? His pension for getting whatchamacallit when you travel, not visas, passports. The fact that the guy was requesting a passport every 10 minutes didn't pull an alarm somewhere in the FBI.
Yeah, I mean, once you do that, I mean, those passports were under his name.
Yeah,
they're all Jeffrey Epstein on those passports, and that didn't raise any flags.
How?
What do you mean how? Yeah, how didn't it raise any flags? You're right, because it's like you have all these accusations,
right,
and then you have the passport stuff. You think once it goes into a system, it's like bing, something should pop up and say, hey, there's a link here. Something's happening.
tips from all these years of tips coming in, all that jazz. So we'll keep our eye on this, but obviously, like I said, it can't just be Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and this one and that one. The system has to pay for what was done to these poor women, and it looks like it's starting to. This is the beginning process. People always say, "Oh, times are worse now, times are better now." Times are so much better now when you consider the situation that women are in. Because 20 years ago, a woman goes, "Oh, I was assaulted, or I was this, or I was that." It was like 50-50 on whether or not.
Yeah, and it was like, well, what did you do to, it's like, what
did this whore do now? Like that was like that. Oh, I was assaulted. What did you do, whore? Like that was the mentality of the world. Whereas now it's more like, okay, holy shit, what happened here? And let's look at it and see.
Exactly.
Which
seriously.
Is such a better place to be than where we were. So,
yep, I agree.
We got that going for us, which is nice. Matt Gaetz, Frankie C.
This piece of, go ahead.
We talked about this a long time ago. Lots of allegations out there against him. I don't know when, 6 months, a year ago, we started talking about it, and then nothingness.
I feel like a year, maybe even more than that.
Yeah,
I feel like during the pandemic, maybe.
I think it was. Yeah, well, I guess so. You're right. Latter part of the pandemic, at least, right?
I think so.
So it was like, all this stuff. The thing that sticks out of my mind the most was it Tucker or was it Sean Hannity when he was on their show and he was like, I brought that girl wasn't underage. Remember we had dinner.
Yeah. Oh no, was it Tucker?
I
think it was Tucker.
I think it was Tucker. He's like, I don't remember that.
I remember that. Stupid face.
Did you not remember that? Because
idiot face.
Because everybody seems to think this guy has a penchant for underage chicks and drugs and all the arrests, right? So all that stuff comes out, and again, much like a lot of the allegations that are out there against the Maroon 5 guy, the stories pop up, we talk about it, and then we file it away on let's see what happens next here. And this one's been in the file for quite some time with very little progress. Well, enter ABC News just 2 days ago, and they start doing an investigation into all of this, and they allege and say, well, there's some text messages and there's some evidence and some proof here that, maybe everybody's going to want to look into. And they reported that the House Ethics Committee had acquired these text messages between a young woman involved in the sex trafficking investigation and Representative Matt Gaetz. A Gaetz spokesperson said to ABC, the congressman does not know anything about the woman that they were referring to, because obviously ABC gets the stuff. They call up Matt Gaetz. Do you have a comment? They go, we don't know who this woman is, what you're talking about. Then the Daily Beast gets involved, and they drop a bombshell just earlier today saying that this woman told prosecutors in 2021 that she had sex with Gaetz at a drug-fueled party that she was paid to attend, according to this woman's attorney. The attorney told the Daily Beast yesterday afternoon that the woman, in fact, received payments in connection with multiple sex parties with people in Gaetz's circle. Her lawyer said that in response to a subpoena, she testified about her experiences to the U.S. attorneys investigating Gaetz, and she turned over text messages, photos, and other evidence to the Justice Department as part of its child sex trafficking inquiry into the Florida congressperson. Today, the Daily Beast writes, they've seen the messages and the photos, and they all match the documents that were described in the ABC report. It kind of feels like they have Matt Gaetz dead to rights here.
So this woman underaged?
At the time.
At the time, she was.
At the time, she was young. Yeah.
And yeah, there you go. Well, they've been going after this guy forever. Remember back in the...
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you.
Yeah.
She was older than 21 at the time of the encounters, the attorney said, noting that she emphasized to prosecutors that the sex was consensual. The woman's attorney, let me read this. The woman's attorney also told the Daily Beast that when it became apparent Gaetz was being investigated in 2021, she was contacted by another male party attendee, a Gaetz associate, who pressed her to see if she was speaking to anyone about the congressman or the parties. She felt this meeting was an effort to intimidate her into not describing any of the events related to Gaetz. So the investigation, the younger part of this has to do with another person that was alleged to be involved in these parties.
So there's another girl or woman that was involved.
Let me share this with. Yeah. Okay. So there's Venmo transactions. Previously,
that's what I was going to say. There was a lot of that. That was a year or two ago.
Between March and July of 2017, this woman received nearly $2,500 across multiple payments from Gaetz's then best friend, which we talked about. Remember, his friend went down for that. Yep. Joel Greenberg. The descriptions Greenberg entered in the payments were travel, being cool, and stuff. The text messages now in the hands of congressional investigators show Gaetz propositioned the woman for a May 2017 private group flight to the Florida Keys, where they would be joined by 3 women and 1 other man. Hey, any interest in flying on a private plane to the Keys? May 19 to the 21, Gaetz wrote in one message, adding that she would be traveling with 2 guys, 4 girls, a very high quality adventurous group. So out of all these people that are involved in this, I believe the allegation is that one of them was not of age, which is where the child trafficking stuff comes into play. Which we talked about the first time around. There's a 17-year-old that was involved in this. That's what we were talking about the first time around. So 17 years old. But this woman with the text messages was older than 21 at the time.
Gotcha.
Not much better, but technically, so we don't get sued. Those are the allegations right now as we see them from both ABC News and the Daily Beast.
Gotcha. So if they investigate this further, which I'm sure they will, and they uncover whoever this other girl is, 17 when she was 17 and all that stuff, I mean, it looks like they're on the track here.
Right. Which, again, I have another... listen, investigations take a while. I have said that.
Sure.
Everybody gets mad at me when they're investigating Trump and like, where's the results? I'm like, it takes a while. Then they investigate Biden and they're like, where's the results? I'm like, it takes a while. So this probably takes a while. However, if you have all this... if all this has been sitting with the committee for quite some time now, like, I have a hard time believing that nobody went over to Gaetz and been like, maybe you should sit on the bench for a little while. Maybe you shouldn't be tweeting. Why don't you just keep a low profile for a little while till we could figure out what this is? Because if he's going to be out there,
someone did, and
yeah, but he's been running his mouth on everything.
Maybe someone did, and he didn't listen. Is what I was going to say. He doesn't seem like the guy who'll straighten up and fly right.
I don't know, man. I don't know how these people exist in the world, because if I did something wrong, I would have a hard time doing this. If there was something in my past, or I was guilty of something, if I felt bad about something, I couldn't sit here and judge other people the way that we do. Because I'd be like, oh my God, my thing's going to get found out one day. And then I'm going to be like, it's going to be embarrassed. Like, do these people not get embarrassed at all?
It's exactly what Justice said. Shameless. There's no humility. There's no shame. There's no regret. It's like, well, these people, they have no concept of what's going on and what, of other people. It's a disgusting kind of thing. And I don't know. It's terrible. It really is.
Like, I feel the need to confess to you that I had, without my wife knowing, the other day, a third slice of pizza when nobody was looking.
You piece of shit.
I think I overdid it a little bit and had a third slice of pizza and have carried that guilt with me for the last few days.
I don't know how you lived.
I felt bad about it, but now it's out there and I feel a little bit better about it. If I was a part of drug-fueled sex acts with 17-year-old girls, I don't know how I could be giving press conferences in Washington, D.C.
Well, I feel like if that's you, if you were doing that, you'd be on a different... You're not... see, that's the thing. It's not something you would do because you have those feelings.
Oh.
because you have those feelings of guilt and you have those feelings of remorse. You wouldn't be able to do that and live and carry on every day. That's the thing.
We're not orgy guys.
You gotta get thick carpeting and weirdo lighting. And, but no, you would. That's different. There's different. Those are the kind of people that can do bad shit and not even think twice about it. That's when they're bad people. If you could do that and just not even have any kind of shame, like Justice was saying, then that's just a different type of person. You're not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. You can't. There's guilt and shame, and why don't these people see that? And morality, ethics, right?
If I came to you and I go, Frank, this is me and a couple people having an orgy. What would you would be like? No, you didn't. You wouldn't believe me.
I don't. No, not for a second.
Not
First
for a
of all,
second.
I'd give me names. I got to talk to them. Who are you talking about? Because I don't believe you for a second.
Right. Not for a second. Nobody would believe it. Nobody would believe it.
Not a chance. Sarah, it is not a Wookiee on the coat rack. No, it is not. This is
Looks like a Wookiee. I'm on Sarah's team.
It's for Valentine's Day. It's a little bear.
Oh, is that a wood? Is that made out of wood?
Made of wood, yeah. Did
you whittle that?
I wish I did.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if you're like, I had 45 minutes, so I whittled and painted a bear.
I've often, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've thought about, do I have the ability to whittle something?
Can I tell you something? I feel like
Does everybody think that?
Not everybody. I was going to be sexist and say every man.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you need? You need a knife and a piece of wood. Can I just whittle something?
I don't know how you. What was the thing that was like every man thinks about what, the Revolutionary War? What was it? Remember a couple of weeks ago? It was like the big.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There was something like that, or the world. I don't know.
It was BS for me because I didn't think about whatever it was all the time. But I will say, from time to time, I do also picture myself whittling wood. Let me ask you. Wait, I'm going to write it down. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to write down an answer.
Okay.
I'm going to use an old blind 5 thing here because I want to ask you a question and I want to see if we're a match here.
Tuberculosis.
And everybody else can answer this too. I'll wait an extra second for the live chat to see if we get any answers. When you're whittling wood, do you picture yourself whittling wood, or are you like, I could whittle wood?
I guess a little of both.
Because I dream and fantasize about it, and in my fantasy, where are you in your fan? Where is there a specific location where you're whittling wood?
I think I know what you're going to say, but for me, I don't know why. And I would probably, if I was going to whittle wood, I wouldn't be in this. Maybe I would. I'd be outside, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I would be in my backyard, sitting on a chair. I think you would say front yard, on a chair, just by yourself. Just porch, yeah.
Yep.
Porch.
Yep. I'd be on the porch.
Just on the porch.
I don't know why, but it's like on a porch, hopefully on a rocking chair.
Can you whittle and rock at the same time? Is that going to obstruct the whittling?
Maybe, but
I don't want to cut my finger or something.
Maybe you stop and you whittle, and then when you you need a break from whittling, you rock a little bit. I don't know.
Is there anybody out there in the chat that whittles? Are there any whittling tips? My father-in-law makes cool walking sticks. See, that's awesome. See, I always think whatever, like if I, is it a special type of wood that you need? Because I feel like if I pick up a stick off the street and I start whittling, it's just going to break into nothing, and there's nothing strong enough. Yeah. Like this is a solid piece of wood that did not come from, I mean, I'm sure it's been finished and painted and stuff, but like it's solid. If I pick up a piece of wood from outside and start whittling it, it's going to like fall apart in my hands. I don't know if there's a special type of wood you need to whittle.
I don't know. I'm not a man. I don't know. We're not men.
No, we're not men. We're not men.
We're not men who whittle wood.
Yeah, let me know if you need a special type of wood to whittle, because I mean, do I have to buy like blocks of wood from Home Depot or something, or can I just chop a log off of the tree in the yard? I mean, what's the best whittling wood?
I think you could, but I think you were on it in your first assumption of it's more like the fantasy is to find something and go, you know what I'm going to turn this into? A Valentine's bear, and then you just sit there and work on it for a couple of days, and boom.
Yeah, and then you just go, holy shit, I'm Michelangelo. And you just one solid piece of wood. I just made the David. There it is. Boom.
Yeah.
That would be. I would love that. And then you just stain it or something, or you paint it.
It'd be nice. Nacho Fishho says, I don't whittle. Might try with soap first. I guess so.
I feel like soap. Yeah.
Kind of a pussy move, to be honest, but I guess. I mean, I guess you gotta crawl before you can walk. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just a practice. But if I'd be afraid that if I made something out of soap and it turned out to be really good, I'll go, oh shit, but it's soap.
Can't show this to anybody.
I can't. I mean, I could show it to people, but how long is this thing gonna last? It gets wet, it's over.
I could just see you like in our friends going, look what I made, and people going, you're whittling soap now? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, you'd be ripped apart. We'd be ripped apart if you show people what you whittled.
That'd be a rough barbecue.
Maybe 30 years from now, we'd be fine with that. But I would love it if one of our friends came up to us and said, "Hey, look, I fucking whittled this. Took me a couple days. I sat here and I just carved it out of a piece of wood." I'd be like, "Holy shit!" Depending on what it is and what it looked like. If they like made a big stick into a smaller stick, I'd be like, "All right, that's shit." But if they made like something like this thing. If someone carved this thing in front, and said, "Look, I fucking whittled this."
Yeah,
I'm like, "That's awesome. Teach me how to do that."
I would love it. I would love to be just whittling.
My main two questions would be, what kind of wood do you need, and the knife. Like, what is like a pocket knife? Does it have to be sharp? It's probably not like a steak knife, kitchen knife. Can't have it. I don't think it could have teeth.
Is it a whittling knife? Is there a
special whittling
to whittling?
Right.
I don't know.
Or is it like a Rambo knife where you can just whittle, like he made spears and shit? Can you whittle with a Rambo knife, or do you need like a little guy?
There's somebody in Arkansas going, man, these two fucking pussies. I'm gonna show them a thing or two about whittling.
Show us your whittling skills. I'd love to see it. Nacho Fisho. I've seen. Yeah. Have you seen the chainsaw carvings? Yes. On the YouTube shorts and whatever, there's a guy friggin' out of a huge log that's coming out of the ground, a tree stump. He just whittles like eagles and shit coming out, stands it, and it looks insane. Yeah.
I don't know if it's that guy, but I have one of those guys in my neighborhood.
Get out.
Swear to God. Swear to God.
You gotta film. Can you film him
100%
carving stuff?
You've probably passed it on your when you get off the highway and then you turn down that road to get to my house.
Yeah.
If you kept going straight or literally like 5 feet past where you turn on the left-hand side, and it's all out, he puts it all, because that's how I think he sells it, because all the Hamptons traffic, all the rich people have to drive past this road. Nice. And so it's all out on the, because I think he's like a landscaper too, but there's bears, there's eagles, there's foxes.
And they look good. They're
phenomenal.
See, that would be awesome. I've like, me, I like to paint, I like to draw. If I could whittle, great. But I think a good, like I've always thought, like if I could open like a gallery with all my art and shit, but that's the problem. I would do that, but number one, how lucrative would that be? Who's buying, my paintings? If you can't open a place with just your paintings, and can you do that? I mean, how much money are you going to make off of that?
I don't know.
It's got to be. I would do that. Except, can you earn a living from that?
That's a great question.
Or is this guy who's doing it? Is he retired, or is that his main thing?
These are all great questions. Let me bring up.
You got his pictures of his stuff.
Yeah, because I just went over to.
Pick me up an eagle or something.
Pick me up an eagle.
How big are these? Are they small? Or they got small things or big ones?
This is not a good representation of it, but I just went on Google. Like this, I don't know. Can you see the bear?
I see the bear. Oh, he's waving. He's holding his crotch. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he's got a little thing next to him. It's LB Garden Center. Do they have a website? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think these guys. I think the guy who chainsaws wood doesn't have a website.
He's got a Facebook page.
He does have a Facebook page. Let's see if we can put up some of his. Look at this free plug this guy's getting today.
Look at this. Well, he sells pumpkins and flowers and stuff too.
Oh my! Look at this. Look at this. Look who whittled themselves out of their own wood. J-Sabs is here.
Hey, J-Sabs, have you ever considered or fantasized about whittling?
The only thing I whittle is myself.
Oh boy.
This is all gardening. I don't know why he's not pumping his wooden sculptures. Carvings? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. This guy.
I forgot that I'm on camera.
Yeah, you're on camera. No. Everybody sees you.
Oops.
That's your fault, kid. You were on camera. I put you right on.
Just to show people that this is not AI right now.
No, that's good.
That's it.
All right, I don't know where the rest of the stuff is, but you got the gist of it. You saw the fucking.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are you doing? We on or not?
I think the public wants to know. The last, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months, you haven't been on camera. What's going on? Why is that?
I feel like I look horrendous lately, so I don't want.
Hey, can I tell you something? I agree. It's better.
I knew you were going to say that.
Let the beauty lead the way. You know, me and Frank are clearly the looks in this show.
I've
no comment.
Had horrible headaches, so I just haven't felt great.
Can I tell you? I looked at you 5 seconds ago. Looks fine to me, Frank. Am I wrong here? She clearly the most beautiful person on the show.
Well, let's not go crazy, but I think you know. I think you look fine. There's nothing. I don't.
Wow,
understand.
you look fine. It pains.
No, I mean, you look good.
Fine.
No, you look good. I don't know why you wouldn't.
You're so beautiful. From Bird, Sarah, so beautiful. Stop being so hard.
Look at that.
Women are so. Here's what I've learned. Women are broken. Women are so mean. They're the meanest to themselves, and then other women after that, and then men. But really, I am surprised at how harsh a woman could be to themselves.
This is probably true.
They're horrible.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, J-Saps, get on camera. It's all good. You look fine. You look the way you looked. I don't. You look. I don't want to. You look the same as you've always. You look fine. You look good. I don't understand.
All right, take it easy, pervert. You know she's married, and so are you. Let's.
I'm just trying to. I hate you. I don't know why I do this show. What am I doing here?
One of us was going to do it to the other. I wasn't going to,
You know what? You look like dog shit. So stay off camera.
32 minutes. You still on this fucking guy. Next. Oh, you have the Biden investigation? Okay.
We're moving on. Well, I was going to do Tucker. I feel like maybe we should do Tucker before the Alex Navalny thing.
We should do, either. I think they should be back to back, no matter which one comes first.
Yeah, because this, so he put out a video, and honestly, I lost my shit, and it still fucking angers me till this very moment. Like right now, my blood is starting to boil. This dickhead went to a fucking grocery store in Russia. Okay, here he is. Look at it. Look here. This fucking drives me up a wall because this is a planned shot. Not that I'm saying like obviously he knew he was making the video, but this fucking dickhead was like, put the camera in the cart and I'll reach for the item.
This is why you're upset with him?
This is the first reason. Give me time.
Okay.
So we'll have a dramatic opening to this eye-opening video that we're going to share with America.
Sorry.
You okay?
No, not really. Go ahead.
It's a good thing you weren't on camera for that.
All right. So here he is, and this is only a minute long.
I went from amused to legitimately angry. So we were.
Me too. This is the one time I can relate to Tucker Carlson because I went from amused, but in this interview with Putin to legitimately angry.
What this would cost. Everybody hears from the United States buys groceries, and we didn't pay any attention to costs as we were just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week. And we all came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought. Corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, at that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us. And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will radicalize you against our leaders. That's how I feel anyway. Radicalized. We're not making any of this up, by the way, at all.
We're not making any of this up. You fucking asshole. And first of all, this idea of we can go buy what we would assume would be $400 of groceries in America and only pay $150, and that's why Russia is better than America. Like, you dumb.
Yeah. And did you hear him say? Did you hear him go? Oh, maybe it's not so important about if it's corrupt or blah, blah, It's like, no, that's big. You got Russia's run by evil pieces of shit, so you got to take that into account.
Dude, I don't argue in the comment section. Like, I let a lot of people say whatever they want. I'm happy to have people feel the way they want to feel and question people and say whatever they feel they need to say. But I have been battling since Monday. Whenever we put out the clip of us talking about Tucker, the first
interview,
not even the Putin interview. It was what he said afterwards at that World Summit thing. And people just going, well, he's right. Well, he's right. No, he's not right.
He's not.
He is fucking stupid. And you are fucking stupid for thinking that he's right when he says that Moscow is better than any city in America. Give me the shittiest city in America. Give me fucking Baltimore. And it is better than Moscow because of freedom. For fucking 5 days, I have been copying and pasting the same shit to these stupid morons on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram who go, well, he's kind of right. He's not fucking right.
No,
it is not better in Russia than in America. And that's not dumb American pride talking. That is a simple mathematical equation of you have freedom in one location and no freedom in another. Period. End of sentence. I don't care how shitty Joe Biden is. I don't care how much you hate Donald Trump. I detest the both of them. And I am so pleased to have the both of them in my life compared to Vladimir fucking Putin. And this crazy asshole who is trying to find his way in a post mainstream media position that he finds himself in is now going to like, oh, let me find these little he's just appealing to these fucking idiots that always need a boogeyman, that always need to blame something on somebody else, and they're fucking eating it up. And I can't fucking stand it. Like, he doesn't realize that this video just proves what a stupid piece of shit that he really is.
He's had hundreds of videos that prove that, and this is just another one. This is another huge one, though.
Listen, how can you say this country is listen, he can do this. The mere fact that he can make this video and say America's not as good as another place is what makes America so fucking great to begin with. You can't do this in Russia because you know what happens? You wind up disappearing. You just fucking disappear.
Today was an example.
Russia.
No, you can't. You can't do it. If he had something negative, if he was, he wouldn't be able to post a video of, look at this, look at all this crap in this supermarket. How the price is ridiculous. Our leaders need to be held accountable. He can't say that shit in Russia if he wanted to. If he got on there and made a video of the exact opposite and said, well, Russia's overcharging and the leaders need to be held accountable. We have to, radicalize against our leaders. He can't say that shit about Russian leaders. You think he could say that I'm radicalized against Putin? He can't say that in there. He'd be gone.
It's fucking ridiculous. He's an educated man, is he not? He can't put this simple thing.
Not very good. Not very well.
He can't put this together. Like, oh, I can say whatever I want on YouTube and Twitter and everything else because America affords me that ability. You don't have that in Russia. And let me take it a step further for all the people that are like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Tucker is the band. Tucker's it's like that. If Tucker really feels this way, then go live there. And I'm not being like a dick, but go live there. If you love Moscow so much, go live there. Live there. What? You know where Tucker is right now? He's in New York City. He's in his penthouse apartment in America.
Having absolutely no problem.
No problem
with
whatsoever.
living in this country. Yeah.
If you go, oh, Tucker's right. If you take his side as he stays in America on fucking Park Avenue with a doorman and 24-hour security, you are a fucking chump and a loser. I'm sorry. There's just no two ways about it. There's none. There's just none. For this guy to sit there and go, Moscow is better than America, and then fucking live in America where he has the ability to say these things while people go, oh, that Tucker's right. I can't. I want to pull my fucking hair out of my head.
Yeah, it's so fucking frustrating. Anthony, here, see how frustrated you are right now? This is where I've been since 2016. That's how frustrated I feel on a daily basis. It's the truth. Every time, Republican or
here we go.
Or Trump.
Lump them all into one category.
No, I didn't. I know. I'm not. I didn't say all Republicans. I said all Republican or Fox News host or Trump, or every time they fearmonger, they go, oh, this city is falling apart. It's Democrat run. They're doing exactly what Anthony was saying. They're trying to blame it on a boogeyman. So we're the only one that could fix it. You got to vote us in because I'm the only one that could fix it. It's like, no, go fuck yourself.
What do Democrats do?
Well, let me say,
everybody does that against
I'm sorry, and in recent stuff, Democrats are at least trying to fix shit, while Republicans are trying to stop fixing shit so that they can run on it. So, in other words, there's border security. They tried to vote. Democrats came up with a whole list of we're not going to. The big thing was we want to help Ukraine plus add stuff in for the border. So the Democrats came together and said, "Yes, here you go. We got it right here. Here's the bill. Can we pass it now?" And Republicans admitted it, that they voted it down because it doesn't help them. They would have nothing to run. They don't want to make Biden look good, and they don't want to solve the problem under Biden's watch. They want to vote Biden out and then solve the problem under Trump's watch. So that's the most hypocritical and ridiculous thing, and that's the problem that we face every day with this bullshit.
Let me say
this is just another example of hypocritical nonsense.
Let me say this, and I respect what you're saying.
And I didn't say all Republicans are the same. I said when a Republican comes out and says it, not all Republicans, but I don't hear Democrats, again, not all Democrats, but a Democrat come out and go, the crime is blah, 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 blah. Usually it's a Republican saying the crime in this town is bullshit and it's run by a Democrat. I'm talking about leaders too. I'm not saying citizens. I'm saying people in Congress and people in the Senate and the House of Representatives. I'm not saying your ordinary citizens. I'm saying the leaders. Christine. Okay.
Let me say this. What you're saying, and I respect what you're saying. The difference to me is we're talking about ideological arguments, right? The Republicans feel we should do things this way. The Democrats feel we should do things this way, and they're going to fight about it. That's different to me. This is like there's no gray area here. There's no two different perspectives jockeying for position on what they think we should be doing next. This to me is clear cut, black and white, simple. Like it is what it is. You can do these things because you're in America. You can't do these things because you're in Russia. And then to praise Russia and to get everybody to fucking follow you and fall for it is disgusting to me. So I think I understand what you're saying and I respect what you're saying. Two different things to me because there's no argument. There is no argument.
No, I went on a tangent because I was just comparing the anger level that you're at with this.
With how angry you've been. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
I get it. But for this, to me, this should unite Democrats and Republicans. This should unite New Jersey with the rest of the country, because clearly they're not.
Right. Yeah, Christine, Trump told Republicans to stop it because it doesn't help him if they passed it through, then it would have helped solve a little bit of the border problem, and it would have been under Biden's watch. So Trump told them to shoot it down because it doesn't help him, and it doesn't give him much to run on. So that's why he told them to stop it. So So with Tucker, he's praising. Can't we at least all get on the same page of America? We have freedom. Russia, they don't have freedom. I mean, why is that so dividing? Why is this guy trying to, you got to ask the question of why is Tucker doing this? Why is he praising
ratings?
What'd you say?
This
guy's a good.
She's right because he's trying to build a business, right?
And he's a big giant phony. Will say anything.
He is trying to grab people and get them to follow him and get them to sign up and subscribe and all that stuff, which we can understand, But when you are just so blatantly lying through your fucking honestly, do you think he doesn't know what he is saying, or do you think he does? So swept up in this whole new rule? I mean, I think it's possible he could be swept up in like, wow, I can't believe it's not that. But then the other thing is too is he's getting, because of who he is getting a celebrity view of this country. I'm sure there are people in Russia that live their life. They don't talk against the government, so they don't have any issues. And they go to work and they get paid and they have a business and they live and they have kids and they die and fine. It's fine. I'm sure that it exists. I'm sure it exists a lot in Russia, but it is just not absolute. It's not absolute. He's making it sound like this is fucking great. It's like, no, you're getting a tour of the best spots. You are protected because you're an American. You have security and all this other stuff following you around. So you have a little bit of a, it's not a realistic interpretation of what really goes on in Russia.
Right.
What really goes on in Russia is this Alex fucking Navalny, who's been opposing Putin for the longest time. And then at 30, oops, he's dead.
Yeah, in jail, by the way. Yeah.
And by the way, that guy, if you look at the history of that guy.
Can you take Tucker's stupid face off the screen, please?
I can do that for you.
Thank you.
Don't you want to fucking just punch this guy in the fucking face?
Look at that stupid look.
I would love it.
Face.
I would love to just punch him right in the fucking jaw. I would love it. Nothing would see that video. Happier.
There's such a good video of some guy. He was in some sporting goods store, and some guy comes up to him and says, "You are ruined." Like, guy maybe his age or our age or whatever. You are ruining this country. You are the problem with this country. And he's just this video of him like telling him off. And this was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And he's just like telling him off to his face, and Tucker's just standing there laughing. Oh, he's such a stupid bastard. Nothing. I don't understand how you don't have any kind of shame over what you say like that. You say all this vile bullshit about, this racist. He's been doing this bullshit for years. This is just the latest. I mean, this is terrible, but he's been saying some terrible shit for years. Racist, misogynistic, all this kind of bullshit. Now he's saying stuff against America.
Here's the thing with that, though. It's like you're racist and part of the popular. Like with this, every last one of us who live in this country should be like, what is this dick doing? And there are some people that
racism.
Are like,
everybody, every last one of us should be doing the same thing with racism and misogyny too.
No, I agree, but it's just. It's a blatant lie to all of us, and the fact that I literally had a fight with people all week because they're like, well, he's right. Listen, we all agree our leadership sucks. We all agree that we're scraping the bottom of the barrel of the old leadership pool, right? It's at an all-time low. It's never been this bad. But to be like, well, who's not too bad is that Vladimir Putin is fucking reprehensible and stupid. I'm not offended. I mean, I'm offended by how fucking stupid it all is. But it's insulting. It's insulting to be like, we spent $150 on all these groceries. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That guy right now, if he's not somewhere traveling, whenever he gets back from doing this stupid shit, I'm telling you, he's going to settle down in a penthouse on Park Avenue, surrounded by security, where nobody can harm him, as his children go to a private fucking school. Okay? He doesn't live in the world you live in. Stop idolizing him and acting like he makes a good point.
Well, that's
Biden
the
is
same
a bad guy. He makes a good point. No, he doesn't. No, he
That's the
doesn't.
same argument for Trump. He doesn't live on your level. He's not looking out for you. He doesn't give a shit about you. He lives in his own world. And any politician, basically, most of them who make millions of dollars, especially the super rich ones, they're not in your world. And then when you say, Trump, Tucker Carlson, he's one of us, or Trump, he's one of us. They're not one of you. He's a person, but that's where it ends.
Holy shit. All right, stop the show. Hang on. Oceani says, hello, happy Saturday, kids. She's literally contacting us from the future.
What happens on Saturday? Anything we should know about?
Oceani, please tell me what the lottery numbers were for Friday night here in New York, because I would love that. Thank you. Jay Sams, would you like to say anything about Tucker Carlson before we move on?
No, I really don't care about him. Sorry.
Good. That is a good. I love that. I love that answer.
I'm going to move on from this Navalny thing really quickly too. Other than he was an opponent of Putin for years. They have been. This is like the third or fourth time this guy has been poisoned or burned or dropped. This guy, they have been going after this guy for the longest time. I can't understand why they left him alive for so long, but they got around to it eventually. This guy wasn't going to live to retire at the age of 82 talking shit against Putin for so long. That's just what this guy does. He makes his fucking enemies disappear. In America, you have to run to stay in power. And even if you do, you can't stay for more than 8 years as a president. We should do the same for Congress, but that's another day. But the point is that you can't say that that's so much of a better fucking situation than what we have here. That's fucking ridiculous.
One last thing about Tucker. Did you remember that interview he did he's sitting on the stage with that guy that we were talking about last week? About
the World Summit thing?
Yeah. So one of the other things he said was, you have to, in order to be a leader, you have to kill people. That's it. You just have to kill people. He says, I wish it wasn't true, but you have to kill people. And, our country's killed people. They asked him about, the interview about when he interviewed Putin and Putin. And he goes, well, you didn't ask Putin about all the killings and, the news people that have disappeared and all this stuff. And he goes, well, when you're a leader, you just have to kill. It's the sad truth, but you have to kill people. I wish you didn't, but you do. You have to kill people. It's first of all, no, you don't have to kill innocent reporters who just speak out against the. Right. There's war. I get that, but when you're attacking civilians for speaking out against the government, or you're poisoning people, your enemies, or going after political opponents, or whatever the case may be, that's not the same thing as going to war. War is different. So killing people, but he's talking about, he's excusing all these it's basically him excusing Putin's murderous habits, whatever the hell he's been doing.
Right. He's comparing America or any country from killing enemies who are out to harm other people. He's comparing that to a political opponent. Yeah, just someone who speaks out against them. That's not. That's not how you be. Again, and this is not terribly complicated. These are an 8th grader would understand the difference between these things. And here we have full-on adults acting like it's the same. They've never this is the only thing that that people have seen about. If you've never heard anything about Russia in your life and you just saw the Tucker Carlson interview, I get it. But you lived on this planet for a long time. You know what's going on over there. Get your head out of your ass, and know that what Tucker Carlson's saying about all this stuff is bullshit. So, I'm with you, Frankie. See, I'm on it. Thank you. I'm with you there. Paul was the first one to give me this one yesterday. Special counsel David Weiss, who was appointed by Donald Trump, charged Alexander Smirnov, vodka air. Just making that up. A former FBI informant with lying about President Joe Biden and his son Hunter's involvement in the business dealings with Ukrainian energy company Burisma Holdings. So basically saying that this investigation against the Bidens is a sham. I still think they need to be investigated. I think you need to investigate to say it's a sham.
Investigate it all. I think anytime a president is in power, there should be a department, a dedicated department. Just investigate this guy. Let's see what we got.
Well, I mean, and look, if this guy did turn out to be lying to the FBI, it's the same thing with the Steele dossier, and so both sides do this stuff, and I can't spend any more time on it. So, and then it was the same thing yesterday too with this Fani Willis. I'm sorry. Fani Willis, who's the one who brought the case against Trump down in Georgia. Now they're like, well, she was dating the prosecutor or the person that she hired to help her, but. And it's like this is all just exactly. Thank you, Janine. It's all just distractional bullshit. And who fucking cares? It doesn't mean that Trump didn't try and get more votes and everything like that. It still needs to be investigated. Still needs to go through the process. I can't stand it. Trump did lose the case in New York, though. 80 million, 36 million, whatever.
55.
350. Good. I was way off on both. 355 million. He's got to pay. What do you have to pay the other lady? Wasn't it 800 something million?
It was like 80 something million. 80
million. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so this is a lot more. Okay.
That's a lot more.
That's a lot more. And then the Trump organization can't do business in New York for what, 2 or 3 years or something.
3 years.
Some jazz like that. So I mean, how does that work now? He has Trump Tower. Like, do they have to sell it?
I'm sure there's details that we're not. I have no idea. Like, he has the building. Maybe they just can't conduct business, but they could hold on to the building for the 3 years.
I don't know, but the Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank there, Kevin Leary, was like, "This is bullshit. You're gonna kill the real estate industry." It's like, oh, good. Another fucking middle-aged white guy billionaire is now worried about how his businesses are being appraised. Like, come on.
How are you gonna? Has anybody here ever bought anything from Trump real estate?
The steaks were good. Oh no, the real estate, no.
Anything from him?
The steaks were phenomenal though back in the day.
I'm sure the real estate industry is going to be just fine. People still need houses and buildings and whatever the fuck.
The real estate industry is fucked no matter what though, because people are not. Commercial real estate is like. I mean,
because more and more people are working from home.
Businesses are being taken over by Amazon. Like, it just seems weird. I'm telling you,
definite revolution, evolution, whatever. A change going on in the world of business and places turning over. Like, I think we're evolving. The corporate structure is evolving. In terms of, we have different, like take Manhattan for example. I think you're going to see more residential buildings pop up. I think you're going to see different, like, I don't want to say futuristic, it sounds sci-fi, but like futuristic businesses like AI stuff and things like that. And you'll see the stuff that needs to, you can work from home. You'll see that stuff, gradually disappear.
I think two things. First, and this was in Toronto or something, where the malls were dying. I mean, malls are still dying, but they literally built apartments over like a mall, which I think is brilliant. And I would love to move into a mall apartment, as I'm going to call it. I just came up with that.
A mall apartment. You mean like they'd knock down the mall and build apartment buildings?
No, they literally
open the mall.
Yeah, they literally built, like, how the mall has like second floors. Like where all the offices are and shit. They like built on top of that just apartments, which I think is kind of brilliant, because much like Manhattan, like if you ever talk to, I don't know if anybody around the world can understand this, but when you talk to people who live in Manhattan, you have this whole huge city, and most people in Manhattan who live in Manhattan spend 80% of their time within a 4-block radius. That is it.
Yeah, because everything you need is in that area.
Right. You have the entire culture, plays, food, all this stuff. Nope. This is where
because for the most part, it's a bitch to get.
There's my taco place. There's my grocery store. That's it.
Yep. And it's a bitch to get anywhere outside of those 4 blocks.
Right. It's a pain. Yeah. And everybody else kind of does the same thing too, right? You have your neighborhood, you got your pizzeria, you got your Chinese takeout, you got your wing place and all that. But I think like in a mall, it's kind of fun because it's like, I just go downstairs. I need to send a birthday card. I gotta get this. I gotta get that. You get your little things. You go eat. Feels like you're outside, maybe a little. You go back up to your park. I love that idea. So there's
I saw it on, I don't know, Instagram or something. They have these, here's a fact you didn't know, whatever. There's a building in, I think it's China, that it's a huge building, apartment building. It's, I don't know how many stories tall, but it's like a self-sustaining building, meaning you could live in there and you never have to leave.
Never have to leave. That's fine.
It has everything in it. All your grocery stores, your gyms. It's like living on a cruise ship. You just have everything you want. You have your apartment. If you work there, there's real corporate buildings and offices and stuff in there. It's just a self-sustaining building. Gardens, everything is in this one place, and it's just.
Where is it? China?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Yep. Say no more.
Did you say that you could live there, Janine?
I fucking hate that.
Oh, you would hate it. Would you love it, Frank, or hate it?
I wouldn't mind it. I have no problem.
Frank
it's just like living
house since
that's not true.
I don't know, Thanksgiving.
No, that's true.
It's cold out.
It's cold out.
Leave me alone.
Sometimes I like to put Robin's hilarious lines on the screen and not read them just to reward the people who watch versus the people who listen. Not that I want to punish the listeners, but I just feel like it's an extra treat for the people who have to sit through looking at our faces.
What about the visually impaired? You should read it for them.
I should. Well, we read 4 out of 5. One every now and then for them. I think, but see, like when I go to this is a bad example, and Janine I want to get your opinion on this. Atlantic City. When you go to Atlantic City, sometimes you got your restaurants, you got your entertainment, you got your room. It's all in your pool. Sometimes you could be in Atlantic City for 3 days and never smell outside air and not have any problems.
It's true, but here's the thing. I usually stay someplace and then I'm like, well, I don't want to eat here. I want to eat at this other place. And I'm like, now we have to leave. That's it. I can't sit still for very long, as you can tell.
Well, this building wouldn't be that you're confined to it. It's not a prison. You could go, there's outside space. You could leave. You go on vacation, you go wherever you want. But the point is everything you need to live is there. And you don't have to you don't have to drive a half an hour to go to the supermarket. You don't have to, I'm
okay with that. I really am. I'm okay.
Yeah, no, me too. Because we don't have that.
I'm telling you, I could live in the Borgata for months.
Or that's good too. Yeah.
You'd never see me
without feeling weird about. Oh, I got to get out of here. Months.
That's why I love cruises. You don't have to. Everything's there. Everything you got your food, your room, you got all the entertainment you want, and it's all in one. That's kind of what these buildings are. You got your gym if you want it. You got all these kinds of things. You got shows. Everything's in there, but obviously, with this building, it's just a building. It's not like you're trapped in there. But yeah, it's a self-sustaining building.
The second thing I was going to say is, and I feel like I keep saying this, and I feel like we keep talking about it, but I feel it every day. I feel it a little bit more and more. In 2 years from now, things are just going to be completely different. I think this is going to be the biggest shift since the Industrial Revolution, and bigger than that, not even double it. I mean 100 times the shift that we went through as a society in the Industrial Revolution, I think is coming in the next 2 years.
In terms of what?
Everything.
In terms of the way we live.
I thought the internet in the 90s was a big shift, and it was. But I think what we're headed for between AI, between spatial computing, not virtual reality headsets, but what Apple came out with, the spatial computing, being able to put computers over the current world that we look at, see, and live in, that just the oncoming of robots and where that, we got robots jumping up and down on stairs. I
think we're a while away from robots in our everyday life, though. I mean, we can get a robot to run up and down stairs, but get it to make my, cook dinner and stuff. That's a mile away.
Did you see? I was talking to a buddy of mine. He brought this up to me, and I had forgotten about it. But do you remember the video where the robot sees itself in the mirror for the first time?
No.
And is amazed.
Oh, I like that.
Did not see that.
I got to go find that video because they did a little they're putting the AI in the robots, and they're like, the fucking thing's looking at itself, and it's like, huh? Tesla, all these things, battery operated, solar powered robots, right? We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, that coming. Like, I mean, we're moving towards a society where you're cooking, you're cleaning, all the thing, you fixing all the things that just tied you down are no longer going to be there. And then we also, so ChatGPT, right? Where you put in and you go, oh, write this thing for me or whatever it is. And you can make a pretty picture. We were talking about the pictures the other day. Just yesterday, ChatGPT throws out into the world, we've created AI video. And they showed some of the things, like show a woman walking through Hong Kong. And there's a woman walking through Hong Kong. Like, you cannot tell the difference. That you don't. It's all made by a computer. Video, pictures I get. Having been in this little world, right? Creating a picture, kind of easy. So getting a computer to do it, pretty simple. But a video is just thousands of frames of pictures. And they've created out of nothing, out of just going, put a woman walking through Hong Kong, enter. And 10 seconds later, you're watching it. How the fuck? Like,
I saw a thing of that, like that today. It was a guy, I think it was like in the snow, like walking through the snow or something like that. And it was a completely AI video, and you couldn't tell. It's close-ups on his face. He looked very real. And someone put it on Twitter, and they said, goodbye Hollywood or something like that. It was very, if we could make movies completely 100% AI.
Frank, could you imagine you and I can sit down and writing a movie? We could just be like, write a movie, 180 pages where this happens.
Who gets the credit for it?
And that happens, and it spits out the script, and then you take the script and you put it back into the AI, and you go, okay, now shoot the movie, film the movie. I mean,
I know. I mean, who gets the credit for that?
Somebody. Okay, so then somebody sends me this thing the other day that even the way we consume content will absolutely change.
Sure.
Which is the truth, because when you think about it, you read a book, you find a short story online. You see a video clip, you watch a movie or a TV series, right? All these things. And we're kind of seeing it now. You love Star Wars. Star Wars was a movie. And then Star Wars was a book. And then Star Wars was a TV series. So now we think about, here's this galaxy. And these were the first 3 movies that we saw, which was episodes 4, 5, and 6, by the way. And then we went here, and then we went here. And now this comic book was here, and this TV show is over here. Now, all right, let me play this out for you. We no longer have to choose. We no longer have to go through the evolution. What if I created a story? Let's take Avatar, for example, right? James Cameron just imagines this new world, Avatar, and he makes a movie. But what if in the future, and not too distant future, you create a world, okay, like James Cameron did, and everybody can consume it the way they want to. So Frank could watch the 2-hour movie, but Janine could watch the 7-episode series. Cuddles could read the 2-volume, book. You know what I mean? And it's all the same thing. And we can all consume as much of it as we want because we created a world and wrote a story, right? And let's say we even did it through AI. Let's say I said, here's this world. Here's the 7 characters. And these are the journeys and adventures they go through. And eventually they have to wind up here. But that's not the end, because after that, this is what happens. And then here's the split. Now, however, I can do this all through AI. And now you can consume it however you want. Think about Disney and Hulu and Netflix, all of those being nothingness.
Well, you mean nothingness? I mean, we do that anyway now. Like Star Wars. You could buy the Star Wars book. You could watch the movies. It's the same shit.
You're thinking of it in old terms. Think about it this way. I create a story, a world. Yeah. Maybe it's a world with blue people like James Cameron did. Maybe it's Earth. And I create this story where these things happen, and it's very interesting, and it's very compelling storytelling. And then I put it into AI, and it automatically just spawns all these things. and then I put it out. Like, forget, now we put out a movie. There's a release, it's in theaters, it comes on streaming or whatever it is. A book comes out, like Oval, and it's on Amazon, and you can buy it, and there it is. It is physically or digitally put in specific places. Now my world automatically comes with however you want to consume it. I've created these characters. Here's the story. This is what happens. Do you want to read the book? You can. Do you want to watch the movie? You can.
Yeah.
It'll all be simultaneously available to you, because these old traditional delivery methods, book, magazine, movie, short story, gone. It will now be, how do you want to consume this? Do you want to put on the goggles and literally walk through it in a VR world?
See, that's something. That would be cool.
You can.
We have that now. It just takes a little time to make each thing. Like if you wanted a movie and a book and a graphic novel and an audio thing, it's all available, but you just have, everything has to be made.
And there's a union, and there's lighting and actors and sets and stuff. Forget all of that. Imagine being in a world where those limitations no longer exist.
Yeah.
And it all can come from one person who puts an idea or an outline together.
Let me stop you for something a little more important. Will, yes, I have tried the Snapple Elements flavors. Rain is my favorite one.
What is this question? Have you tried the Snapple Elements? Okay, yeah, this is important.
It's more important than what the hell AI bullshit you're talking
gonna look
about.
like in 2 years. Yeah.
But yeah, I have the Snapple Elements. I've tried them all. My favorite is Rain. So that's light. It's, I think, 40% less sugar. So it's pretty good.
Rain?
Right? Rain. Well, there's rain, there's fire, it's elements. There's 4 different flavors. Rain, fire, I forget the other 2. It's not like dirt or anything, but I think it's maybe earth and maybe air, I think is the other one. I'm not really sure what the other 2 are.
There's definitely some hot air, I can tell you that.
No, well, rain is the best one, in my opinion.
Paul, can I consume AOA content the way I want? Yeah.
Can you imagine they put on the goggles and they're sitting with us and talking with us, and they punch you in the face and slap you around a little bit? See, that's a world I can get into.
I mean, just saying put a goggles on and be where we are, I feel like is an old school mentality. Because when you think about the evolution of what content is and how it's consumed, and you change that model, nothing will look like how it looks. I mean, take money, for example, right? Dollars and quarters.
No, I get it. It's all evolving. It's all...
Yeah, I don't know if we're going towards Bitcoin, but the blockchain is definitely a faster way to exchange money. We're still exchanging money the way they did in the 20s, and it's stupid because we have technology way better.
And we're not. It's different now. Now it's virtual money. It's the same. It's still money, but I could Venmo it to you or PayPal it to you or whatever. So that's different.
Even that, there's trades and this and that. When the blockchain really becomes a normalcy, okay, consider these 2 things.
It would take a massive, not global, but like a national something to get it on board. Like something would have to change, or something would have to go into play.
Okay, consider
that forces
Let me lay it out
to be the thing.
Let me lay it out for you. You got a plumber in your town?
Sure.
Okay. You have people who come by, paint the house?
Okay.
Somebody who will fix the fence when it needs to be? Okay, the roof, right?
You say so.
You have a cleaning person that comes to your house? Let's pretend that you do.
Why not?
All right. Now you have a robot. So the cleaning person, the plumber, the house painter no longer has a job.
Right.
There's no reason for them. But they want a robot too, right? So they come up with some other thing to do. All right. So now we live in a world where things that used to be done by humans are now done by robots. So what are
that's been happening, but
right. So, but when you think about it, why do I want to become a plumber? Well, because I want to take my family on vacation, or I want a better life, or so I'm going to work really hard and get the money to do the things that I need to do. But what if you no longer need to do that? What if by the time things become normalized, what if a $30,000 robot provide you with all those things that you used to work hard for. Now maybe you want to just paint or be an artist.
But you still have to earn a living somehow.
But imagine on a grand global scale.
It will definitely free up a lot of your time, and it will definitely encourage. If it will do two things, it'll wipe out a lot of jobs, which is terrible, but it will also evolve our workforce into something newer. In other words, we don't, like when we used to put together cars, I'm sure by hand when cars were first coming out, and then they have machines do it, so they didn't have to put them together by hand anymore. So the things that we did, that people do now, will be replaced by machines, and then those jobs will become obsolete, and new things will be created.
Well, but put it this, but everything. Like, think about this: you go out to restaurants.
Yeah, but I don't want. Yeah, go ahead.
What if your robot now cooks as good as any Michelin star chef, just right in your home? You go to the grocery store to buy groceries, but you have all this time now, so you plant everything in your backyard and grow it yourself. Like, think about it. All the things that we've done to create a society, money is just a machine to keep people occupied and exchange and keep it fair. And so there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't kill somebody for the,
I have one question though.
Yes.
Where are we on the list right now?
Well, we're well off the list.
You're not enjoying this conversation? I mean, think about nothing that the way things have been is.
No, I'm really getting this question from other people.
It's definitely going to evolve and change. I get that. But we're still going to have some sort of system of currency. And like, if I want to go on a vacation, I can't get there myself.
No, you're right. There'll be something, but think about
upkeep to pay for. There's going to be maintenance.
Think about what I just said. No more plumbers. No more restaurants. No, I think you're going to get into a different
it'll be an evolution.
Society.
It'll be an evolution. I get it. I said this before, while we were in the beginning of COVID. I said we're going to come out of COVID evolved, and we're going to have a new way of life. And I don't know if I said that. No, I definitely said that. And I said,
Build Back Better.
To be fair, I didn't say Build Back Better. He may have said that, but
pretty sure Nipples Rings said that.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the number is, but a lot of people work from home now, and everything's changing, and it's all different. So, was it a complete, total evolution? Maybe not, but it's huge, and people are.
Yeah, but I think where
everything's changed. A lot of shit's changed.
You always quote Neil deGrasse Tyson, and it's true what he says. We are evolving and creating things at a rate now. It is going to get so out of. ChatGPT was on less than a year ago. I feel like we were like, oh, we could put in these prompts, and then all of a sudden we're making pictures. Then it's editing video.
Bring back the list 2024.
What?
Nothing.
That's you. No one else is saying that. Everybody's enjoying the conversation.
No, Miss Justice did say, sorry, which topic is this?
That's okay. It doesn't say she's against it.
Told me that.
How about Jamie's getting it? Jamie wrote Netflix, Hulu, the new blockbusters. Mind blown. It's the truth. We are sitting here going, we're going to have Netflix forever. But think about what I just said. That shit might be out of fucking business.
Or it'll evolve and grow with us and change as we move on. Like Amazon was this little thing, and then it evolved, and it grew into this huge thing that everybody uses. And some things will come along with us, some things will get left behind, and that's just the way.
Think about how much content has been democratized. Like 10 years ago, we couldn't do that. We could do this, but not the way we can do it now. Now, every radio station and TV station, I didn't think I would be saying TV this quickly, but TV stations, everybody knew radio was going to go out first before TV. But now TV stations are just like, there's no money in that. Like, we can't.
But that's not true, because they still create shows and whatever, and then it should just go on to streaming. But it's not channels,
right? Not at the success rate. When you think about how many 16-year-old girls get ready in front of a camera and pull in more viewers than whatever sitcom CBS has on tonight, the world has changed.
16-year-old girl, what?
Yeah, like those makeup tutorial girls that they fucking like get ready with me. They watch how I do my hair, and there's like 16 million views. And then you go and look and see whatever the fucking schmuck sitcom is on right now that's pulling, a 400,000 audience, and they're like, oh, this is a big, it's just not. And there's only a matter of time until that goes away too.
But we are viewing these things just on streaming services now. It's just a different thing.
Yeah, but that TV model is going to go. So the TV station that's holding that up is going to go with it eventually too.
I agree. I've canceled I don't have TV anymore. I have just streaming. I don't have.
Yeah. So it's like this that we're doing now. That's
disruptive. I can't do it yet. I can't get rid of the TV yet. Because I need live TV.
Why? What do you watch on live TV?
I don't know why.
I have all streaming, and I have a live TV option on the streaming service. It's not channels, it's not. But there's like, all the different stations have their own streaming. This is. I know
what he's laughing at. Yeah, I knew you. Were laughing at. We're trying. Listen, we're trying.
All right, let's get back. Here. I think we're done with the list, except for the blind top 5. We can get to the. We're ready.
This is so much more. Yeah, let's get the blind top 5 going. So Aaron and Cuddles, you can come on in there.
And everybody watching and listening,
you'll get filled in tonight. Sorry.
Wait. Let me just wrap this up. Let me just wrap this up in a bow. My point is what I was saying with the TV stations and everything. Even what we're doing now is going to be threatened because, like I said, anybody from a 92-year-old woman to a 17-year-old boy can create a story or a world, put it into AI, and let it just go out into the world. Yeah, and now we can all choose how we consume it.
I agree. But that's not a threat to us because that's fiction. And this is just us talking. I mean, you can't.
Correct. And I think you'll always have this. You'll always have news programs. You'll always have sports. There will always be an element of live, always. But everything else will be non-existent.
But it'll evolve into new things.
I mean, can you picture with spatial compute? You've seen it. People put on these little things.
Last night, I watched again Ready Player One.
So good.
It's everybody. I recommend that movie. Watch that movie, and Anthony and I both agree that they think that's where we're headed.
I think that's where we're headed in the next 18 months, and then we're going to blow right past it. That's what I think. But when you think about it, you could put on the Apple thing, and you could put a 50 million foot TV screen in front of you with the crazy sound and watch everything. Why would I ever go to the movies again? And this is coming from a person who is head over heels nostalgic for movies and theaters and popcorn. I love it. But
I could do without the people chewing all around me. But other than that, I love going to the movies.
It's just not going to be plausible anymore. And it's going to happen to us way faster.
Yeah, no one's disagreeing. I agree. Blind top 5, baby. Where's Aaron?
I feel like we haven't heard from Jay Sabs enough. Do you want to say anything before we jump into blind top 5, Jay Sabs?
Oh, not much.
Okay.
I mean,
are you looking forward to AI taking over or not?
You guys really think a lot about this. I'm just sitting back.
Whittling wood. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I was whittling myself while you guys were listening. You guys were talking about this subject. I think you guys like this subject, and you're like, you really think about it. Guess what? Not me. All I think about is aliens.
I think I'm obsessed with this subject more than Frank. Well, what do you think about? You think about aliens?
I guess, yeah.
I think I'm obsessed. I think
realistic stuff.
I think Frank's mildly interested. I think I'm obsessed.
I'm not obsessed, but it's extremely fascinating because I'm always looking to the stuff that's happening in the future. I remember we talked about it a few episodes ago. The 3D printing. I thought that was going to be, and it is. I was like, as soon as the second I heard about 3D printing, like someone 3D printed a piece that they needed for a project they were doing, it was just a plastic piece that they needed to that was like the first thing I heard that was 3D printed. I was like, this is huge. You can just 3D print whatever you want. And now they're everywhere and people are 3D printing houses. I was like, this is amazing. So there's a lot of positives with AI and all this stuff that's going to come out. And I think hopefully most of what happens with AI will be positive. I hope that's where we're headed. You know, you gotta, I hate to say trust in the goodness that we'll be able to use everything for good. So hopefully that'll be the case.
Listen, Janine, what do you spend most of your time thinking about?
Oh my God.
Is it whittling?
Drake's cock. I'm just gonna leave. We're never gonna get to blind top 5.
Yeah, let's do the blind top 5.
You don't want to go inside my brain.
All right.
I don't. That's scary.
Before we get started, how about this? Ossiani, my niece Justin got engaged to our prime minister. Talk about moving on up, Ossiani.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I hope you're
That's
the
awesome.
favorite aunt.
Yeah.
Annie.
Wait, so the Prime Minister of Australia?
I guess so. I mean, she said
That's-
our.
Can we get him on the show or her?
Can you look it up, Bossy?
How old is the prime minister?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Can we get the Prime Minister on the show?
Wait,
Perhaps they go.
hold on. Did you say Drake's penis?
I did say Drake's penis.
Oh, that.
I had to
Janine
explain
misses-
that to my friend the other day. What happened? Go ahead.
What happened with Drake's penis?
What didn't hapen with Drake?
Are you for real?
We don't
What?
know. I don't know.
I don't. There was a story. I have no idea.
Okay.
My
I
God.
don't want to. Do I want to hear it?
All right. We now know that Frank doesn't even watch the highlights of this.
No, really? I know, right?
I
And
don't
I'm
even know
the
what
shitty
show
one
I'm
on the show.
None of us said that, by the way. You came up with that on your own, J. Sips.
Came up with what?
I'm the shitty one on the show. We didn't. Nobody said that.
Janine did because she's fucking mean to herself.
Oh, all right.
Cuddles, am I wrong that women are the meanest to themselves?
Oh, we are horrible. I'm so horrible to myself. I'm so horrible.
Men could be pretty shitty to women too.
Like, is Erin that way? Because there are times where I have to literally say to Cuddles, like, you need to, like, be nice to my friend Dominica. Like, seriously, like, take it easy on yourself. Because, and I think, Cuddles, I think I'm pretty hard on myself. And there are some days where I just go, is that what it looks like when I'm hard on myself? Because this is terrible.
I think you were going to say, is that what it looks like when I'm hard? And I was going to say, oh my God,
All right.
is that what you're hard on yourself about?
With blind top 5.
Airplane when I'm hard, sweetheart. I got news for you. Am I right, Cuddles? Please back me up.
God. Next topic.
Okay.
How about the blind top 5?
All right.
Yeah, I've been waiting for
Thanks
this.
to Aussie Annie. I'm excited for Aussie Annie Prime. I really am.
Can you imagine her next Christmas? I mean, going to the palace for fucking Christmas. Do they have a palace?
I don't think they have a palace.
Castle
This
of
is
some
Great
sort.
Britain.
Well, it's a prime minister. They don't live in a fucking ranch.
Well, they live in a big house or a mansion, a palace.
I think it's
Maybe it's a palace. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
What I know about Australia, all I know about Australia is kangaroos,
Big
and
spiders.
spiders and snakes that want to kill you
Yeah.
They have the deadliest shit over there.
Yeah.
Snakes
It's
as
hot
big
as
as
hell.
drakes.
The old Drake snake.
All right, it's time for the blind top 5, everybody. If you've never played this game before, it's very simple. We'll get a category from Erin, and then she'll give us some items. We have to rank them on where we like them without knowing what's coming next. So that's the blind top 5. And sometimes blind top 5s are more than 5, like we have this evening. Is that right, Erin?
Yeah, we're going to end with fun, but we're also going to end with a lot of spaces. So this one is the blind top 11.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Guarantee we read all of them because speaking of movies, we're going to do tonight Tom Hanks movies.
Wow.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I need more time
Janine,
to
do you know
prepare.
who Tom Hanks is, Janine?
Yes.
Do you
It's not
know?
Disney, so I could watch it.
Okay.
Okay, speaking of which, it's none of them where he's the voice. So no Toy Story and no Christmas Train.
So no animated.
So
No
no animated.
He has to be physically present in all of these movies. And we still have 11, and I still had to cut a lot. So,
Wow.
All right, let's
Tom
get going
Hanks.
because
Here we
I'm
go.
tired already.
all right,
Okay.
sorry,
People playing along.
number
Number
one.
your yeah.
So,
Sorry, go ahead. Number your paper, 1 to
People
11.
playing along. Number your papers 1 to 10. Aaron will
11.
give you. I'm sorry, 1 to 11. Aaron will give you a Tom Hanks movie. You put it on the list where you like it. Number 1 being your favorite. Number 10 being your least favorite. and you're not going to know what's coming next until Aaron says it.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, the first one is because it's the first Tom Hanks movie I ever saw. Is Joe versus the volcano.
Ooh, that one was a funny movie. I like that one. Oh, this is gonna be so fucking hard. He's got some good stuff.
This is so easy for me.
Don't
got
kill
some
me.
clunkers, though.
I've never seen this, so it's gonna go to number 11.
Number 11, because I've never seen it. Don't care to see it. There's too many other great Tom Hanks movies. Number 11.
It's a fun one. It's during his Money Pit era.
Frank,
where he was
next.
young and oh Jesus.
I put it at 7.
7 for Cuddles. Frank?
I've got
9.
a coupon. Let's go.
Meg Ryan plays 3 different roles in that one. Just so we're.
Ooh.
Janine, where'd you put it?
11.
11.
I don't know that
Okay,
one.
there was no that's what she said for that one.
Yeah.
Where did you put it?
Um,
Christine 10, Robin 11, Sybil 7, TD Freelancer 9.
All
People,
right,
feel
here we
free to
go.
play along and let us know. Play along in the chat as well. Justice at 6. Okay, number 10. I'm sorry, number 2.
Frank,
Can we
what's with
take-
you, buddy? What?
I'm sorry. Can we say A, B? Can Aaron give out A, B, C, and D so we don't confuse things?
So I'm gonna say give us letter B.
Letter B.
Is that
Okay.
too stupid?
How about just give us the next one?
Just
All right,
just give us
The next one in the list is a heavy one for a Friday night. It's Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Now, can I ask did he win the Oscar for that? I believe he did.
He did. Yes.
Yes, he did.
Number 7.
Here's the problem
Don't worry.
I'm facing.
Shit.
I know it's a good movie, and I know it's one of his best, but I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah, guess
I
what?
know.
I think maybe I saw part of it. I've never seen the whole thing. That's why it's
So
going to go to number 7, only because I know it's good.
I know, and I don't know where to put it because of that. I don't know
That's what she said.
exactly.
Fuck Aaron.
So do I put it like towards the top
It was
because it's
so
really good? But do I
It
put it
was
towards the
so
bottom
good.
because I've never seen it?
Can I say something?
No, it's so good.
Can I say something? I feel like we may have to disqualify you from this blind top 5 for not seeing
I know.
such a crucial movie.
I know.
I put
I
it at
should
4.
definitely watch it. I
It's
need to
really,
watch
really
it.
good. It is very, very, very good.
I put it at 7 because again, I've never seen it, but I know it's good. But
Yeah.
I have others. I have favorites
Yes.
that I need to leave room for. But I know it's good, so it's not at the bottom. It's at 7 for me.
That's exactly where I put it.
You guys are playing it safe, Cuddles.
I put it at 4.
Wow.
I loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
Anthony
That's my
at
beautiful
4.
bride right there. 4. I'll tell you why. I have too many favorite Tom Hanks movies, but it's almost number 1 because not only does Hanks kill it in that movie, but fucking Denzel Washington murders it right behind. Like,
Love Denzel.
right? The two of them are so friggin' good.
Oh, I
in that
know.
movie.
Believe me, I am aware that this is a great movie, and that both of them are above and beyond, great actors for these roles. I haven't seen it, and I should.
Okay, now we have to take a second for a live read here because AOA Flicks Picks, what to watch this weekend. Cuddles and I just went through the marathon. Equalizer 1, 2, and 3. They're spread out between Netflix, HBO Max, and Hulu. There's one on each.
That's annoying.
But Denzel Washington is amazing in all of them. Antoine Fuqua can direct the fuck out of anything.
So good. They were
Right?
fucking phenomenal.
Wait, what's this show about?
It's not a show. It's not the Queen Latifah show sitcom. No good. Or primetime
What the
show.
hell?
No good. It's the movies, which were based on the original TV series. It's Antoine Fuqua directing. It's Denzel Washington starring. Your man that everybody loves is in the second one. The Spanish guy. What's his name?
Pascal. Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal is in the second one, plays a big part in the second one. And all 3 of those movies are amazing. That is
Phenomenal.
our suggestion. Cuddles loved it, right, Cuddles?
The
Yeah.
Equalizer. And
I
Philadelphia.
Loved it. Yep.
Men and Women, he plays a former military mercenary who just gets revenge on people. It's amazing. You're going to love it. That's our AOA Flicks Picks for this weekend.
All right,
Very good.
Aaron.
All right, here we go. We're at 2 down.
Okay.
9 to go.
I'm sorry. Number 3 is Splash. an early one about a mermaid.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Number 8.
I'm going to put that at number 10. I find that I have little respect for early Hanks movies.
You're out of your
Me
mind.
too. Oh
Not-
my god.
Right? Not until The Burbs am I really going to get on board with Hanks.
Oh, The Burbs is good. If it's on the list.
I know.
I
I'm
know.
worried.
I'm
We don't know.
worried she's gonna take some of those big ones out. You can't trust Aaron.
That's what
with
she
this
said.
shit.
I've bunched them up here.
Fucking-
I got my 7, 8, 9s are
Okay.
picked
Well,
up here.
look at how conservative we're all playing the early Hanks blind top 5.
Because I've got 1 through 6 wide open because I've got some favorite Hanks movies
Yeah.
that I got to leave room
She's
for.
coming in. She's coming in for the kill.
And we're gonna get
Telling
errand. You know we're gonna get errand.
Exactly, errand. That's what we're gonna call it now.
All right, looking over the list here. I'm not going to read all of them out, but TD, a rarity here to put Splash up at
Ooh,
number 1. Good for
Splash
you
at
for standing out in
1.
the crowd. Good for you, buddy. All right, go ahead, Aaron.
Number 4 is Big.
Oh, number 2.
Big goes
I
up there.
love that
Big goes
fucking
up there.
movie. I love
Eh.
that movie.
Number 9.
Space goes down,
Oh,
down, baby, down,
baby,
down, the
down,
roller coaster,
roller
beep,
coaster.
beep, baby, beep, you know, let's-
I found like a Zoltar thing, like the, and I have it in my wallet. I got one of those, like,
met a girlfriend,
oh my God, I love that movie.
She said a biscuit, a Triscuit, ice cream, so on the top. Ooh, Charlene, walking down the street 10 times a week. I met it, I said it, I stole my mom's credit. I'm cool, I'm hot. Sock me in the stomach 3 more times. All right,
I
next,
guess you've seen that one. Next.
maybe.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
can't believe Big. How do you not fucking love Big, Janine?
That's a great movie.
I have
Right.
not seen that movie in a really
What?
long time.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say you never saw the movie. Then I was gonna smack you.
I still haven't put it down yet. I still haven't put Big in a spot.
Ah, you
Put it in
gotta
a
pick a
spot. Let's
spot. Let's go.
He
Yeah,
was
pick a
he
spot.
was too like
Frank did
watching
the whole
Frank and
song.
Carlson.
All right, there's too many people talking at one time. We got it.
Sorry.
Is anybody else feeling like you can't remember 6 Tom Hanks movies? Like you're trying to like plan this all out in your head.
It's
and
hard
you
to.
know you're forgetting like
Yeah.
some. Does anybody else feel that way?
I'm not planning. I got maybe 1 or 2 in my head that I'm holding out for, but I can't plan. I'm not going to plan out 6. I'm just going to roll with it.
Me too.
All right, then I'm gonna put Big at number 2. It's
Wow.
it's too good.
You're gonna
love
regret that, I think.
movie. I put him at 2. Big
got him
at
at
2
4.
also.
Frank at 4. Janine.
9.
Wow, insulting. Okay, Aaron.
Mr. and Mrs. On Air are pretty aligned tonight.
We
I
are.
know.
Okay, number 5 is Forrest Gump. And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because you all saw it.
Can I tell you something? Forrest Gump. I forgot Forrest Gump.
Number
What do you
4
mean you
for me.
forgot?
Like in
Oh,
the
you forgot
panic
about it.
of trying to like, I fucking forgot Forrest Gump.
Number 4.
Forrest Gump. Really good movie. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
Yeah, he gets. Jenny's a piece of work that uses
Yeah.
him.
I'm just going on the. I'm putting it at number 3.
Then again, she is messed up. pretty messed up
You
from her
did not.
life.
I put it at number 3 too.
Wow.
Wow.
I
did
got
too.
Forrest at number 6.
That's a
I love
little-
that movie.
Well, would you all agree that it's his most popular movie?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He did win for that too.
Janine?
Number 4.
Okay, so high marks except for Frank, who doesn't give a shit about Forrest Gump.
All right.
Frank pulling a Lieutenant Dan here and fucking moves to the back of the line.
I'm just saying, it's a great movie. In terms of my favorites,
It's not for you.
I like it. I really like it. I think there are 4. There's Big is ahead of it, and I think there are 4 others that I think are going to come out, and I'm going to be like, oh man, I wish I put them higher.
Okay. All right, Aaron.
Yes, I know. I feel for Jenny. I feel for it, Jenny. But it's a frustrating movie. Jenny had a hard childhood. I get it. Fucked up. A lot of fucked up stuff in that movie too. All right.
Right. If you like fucked up stuff, next one is Cast Away.
Okay.
Cast Away. There's a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go number 2 for that one because I do love that movie.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
God.
surprised. That's
I know.
high. That's high.
I don't. No, I put it at number 9. I tolerate it at most.
Can I just tell you something? It's probably my father's one of his top 5 movies of all time.
Wow.
He has to watch that movie. If he's flipping through the channels and sees it on, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie because I like it."
I think that plays on people. If your parents liked a movie, I think you.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Eventually fall into it too.
It was probably from that time that he was stranded on an island.
That's probably it.
That might have something to do with it.
I
Lots of
put
11s for Castaway in the crowd there. Where'd you put it, Frank?
Number 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Cuddles was 9. Janine, you put it at 2?
Yep.
That's big.
Wow.
I have Castaway at number 6. I have a great.
No, it's not big. It's Castaway. Go ahead. Next.
Okay. The next one is There's No Crying in Blind Top 5. A League of Their Own.
Okay.
Okay.
You knew that was coming in.
I knew it, and I was saving number 1 for it. I mean,
Me too.
It's just his.
There's no crying in baseball.
It's his most quotable. It's Hanks in his most Hanksable that he could possibly be. It's number 1. No doubt in my mind. It's such a wonderful and endearing character. It's such a heartwarming story.
It is a great movie.
Everything there's nothing wrong with that film.
Number 2.
Number 2, you heartless bastard.
I've got one holding out for you.
The Burbs.
I'm gonna have to go number 3 for that.
That's not bad.
Number 2.
Because I'm holding out for a certain movie. Go ahead.
Interesting.
Which is my favorite movie. Okay.
So from the panel, 2 number 1s, a number 3, and a number 2. So obviously, clearly, we all love that one. Yeah. Sarah's got it at 1, a couple of 5s and 4s in there. Surprised. 6 from Robin. That's harsh. 2 from TD Freelancer. All right, Aaron, go ahead.
That is a great movie.
Yeah, that would have been my number 1. The next one is That Thing You Do.
Oh, shit.
Anthony forgot about that one.
I can't believe I forgot about that one. Now, that's an interesting one because I give him a lot of credit just for producing it. Did he direct that? I don't think he directed it. I think he just produced it and was in it.
That's going to go number 6 for me.
And he's not in it a lot, but that's great
why
in it.
He's great, but I don't know. I put it at 10 because it's a great movie.
I almost put it at 10 too.
It's a great movie, but it's not really a Tom Hanks movie.
No.
I mean, he's in it, but he's only got like 10 minutes of screen time, I would say.
Yeah, but you look great in the red suits. Have I told you that yet? I mean, come on.
No, I got you. I got it. I saw the movie. But I don't know. It's a good movie, and I like it. I wouldn't put it higher than Forrest Gump, Splash, Castaway, Big. I can't put it higher than those.
Frank, what do I do every time I mention this movie?
Oh, I quit. I quit.
That's the most awkward part of the movie.
This is it's very cringy.
Yeah.
But I make it work.
You make it work.
I put That Thing You Do at number 7, just behind Castaway.
Right.
I won't turn that movie off if it comes on to TV. Just can't do it.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's because
name?
of that song.
I love the song too.
You doing that thing
you do.
What's his name makes that movie?
I love that song so much, but it's the B-side that they play in one spot that I think is a better song. I love that song too.
I agree.
On the round stage.
Exactly. I like that song too. They only played it once in the movie.
Yeah.
You guys are both crazy. The best song in that movie is I Quit.
I like the in the night. You know that spy one?
That guy, yeah.
What the hell was that? That's a real song.
Downtown.
Mr. Downtown. Mr. Downtown.
But that was it. That was a weird time in history where kitschy fucking theme songs were like popular on the radio. That's why rock and roll took over so fucking hard because it's so much better. But
the Oneaters.
And it's such a quote. There's a lot of great quotes in that movie.
And who can forget Jimmy?
That's our Liv Tyler, which is pretty accurate.
It's the first Charlize Theron film.
Yes, that's true.
Ooh.
What?
Yes, you're not giving the movie the credit it deserves. That's
her first role.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That was it. After that,
Aaron, next.
God.
Right, die.
she
You
might
all right
have been in
there,
a
Janine?
B movie somewhere else before, but that was the movie that put her on the
I
map.
feel like that's late. I thought she was famous for.
No?
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, Aaron. We have what? 4, 2,
Three more.
3?
Three left.
Oh my God.
All right. I have my 1, 3, and 11 spot.
I have 5, 8, and 9. Janine?
1, 5, 10.
Wow. Cuddles?
5, 6, and 11.
Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
There must be a clunker out there. Come on.
I
Mhm.
actually don't like this movie. Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, no. Number 10.
There's my number 11.
Oh.
Let me go first. I will put Sleepless in Seattle at 9 because I can't put it any lower. I do think it's better than Splash and Joe vs. the Volcano, but
nuts.
it's not even his best romantic comedy. It's not.
Oh my God, that's right. Oh my
And
God, one of my favorites. Oh my God, but I don't know if she's
You
gonna
got
say
mail.
I don't know either.
it. That's it. Oh. All right, I'm gonna put it here.
I'm upset I don't have a higher spot reserved for that. I fucked up.
So now, are those his only 2 romantic comedies? Is that it?
No, I'm sure he's done more that I can't think
Aaron.
of. but
What?
Those are the
Let's
big
go.
ones.
Next.
I put mine at number 6.
6,
9 is
Aaron.
number 11.
Janine, where'd you put yours?
10.
Okay, at 10 and 11 for Frank. Okay.
Anthony, where was yours?
Mine was at 9. It's the lowest I
9.
could go.
All right. 1 and 3, baby. Here we go.
I just want to say I didn't like that movie. They were apart for most of it, and I didn't think
Yep.
that was really a good idea. Number 10 is Turner and Hooch.
I love Turner and Hooch.
11.
Oh,
What?
Number 5, only because I can't go any lower. I wish I would put it at number 10.
Oh, what? What do you got? What? That's a great movie.
I put it at number 8. Here's the weird thing with Turner and Hooch for me. It's the last of Hanks in not the mega role and mega movie. It was his middling period, you know?
But it's a classic. That's a
It
great
is
movie.
good. It is good. It is good. I have it at number 8. Where'd you put it?
I have it at number 3. My number 1
That's a
spot's open.
That's a little high.
All I had left was 1 and 3.
I'm just saying that weakens your list a little. That's a little high.
I think it's a great movie, and it's one of those movies that you cry every time you watch the end.
No.
Spoiler
Number
alert.
11.
Says the guy who didn't put Philadelphia higher than Turner. I mean, that's
I haven't seen it. I would probably cry. I haven't seen the movie. If I saw it, I would probably put it higher.
I wonder. I don't know if it'll have an impact on you because that was so unique to that time.
Yeah, I'm not heartless. I get it.
you
I
lived it.
understand.
I mean, it'll be good. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, but
I would cry at a World War II movie. I've never lived in that era.
All right, Aaron. This list is unbelievable because there are several films I thought you would have named and you have not yet, and so we only got 1 spot left. Go ahead.
I know. I get haters every time, but
This is gonna be rough.
It's The Burbs.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, fuckers.
Oh, well.
I think she changed it just so Frank's list got saved.
I could have done You've Got Mail. I could have done The Money Pit. It's really hard, you know. We got to get
The
it.
Money Pit was so good.
My favorite movie of his, probably going to laugh at me, but Angels and Demons.
Oh.
I have never heard of that movie.
Da Vinci
But-
Code.
Da Vinci Code.
It's the
I'm
sequel.
sorry, Da Vinci Code. That's what I'm thinking
And
of.
he did the Walt Disney movie.
Oh, I love him in
I
that.
never saw
Was
that
it-
one either. Saving.
That was a really not Save.
Saving Mr.
the-
Banks.
Yes,
Saving Mr. Banks.
that was such a good movie.
He's so wonderful in that too.
I love him there.
What was that new movie that just came out on Netflix?
Love you.
A Man Called Otto.
Oh, that was really good.
He was
He
also
was
Mr.
great.
Rogers.
He was
What?
Mr. Rogers. That's right.
Oh, Mr.
I'm mad at
Rogers.
you, Aaron. I'm
The
very
movie
mad at
we
you,
liked.
Aaron.
Let's
Wait,
try that again. Janine first.
Okay.
I'm mad at you, Aaron.
I know everyone's mad at me after this.
I'm not.
Aaron,
No,
what did
wait.
you say?
What's that movie that you like with him that you told me to see and I will never see? The Captain one.
Oh, Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good movie. It's not great, but it's
Yeah.
really good.
That's a good movie. It's not, and he's okay in it.
Incredible. Come on.
He's good, but it's
the
not
last 15, 20 minutes of him is
you're right.
Powerful acting.
You're right. I just feel like it's not a Tom Hanks movie. It's a great movie that Tom Hanks is in.
Yeah, but he was really good in it.
And he was good in it.
What about Lady Killers?
What was Lady Killers?
It wasn't that good. It was a lot of people in it, but it's him and a group of guys that are digging underneath this woman's house. They get into they like pretend to be a band, and they're down in the basement. They're digging a tunnel to the bank, and this whole. You don't remember that? It came out, I don't know, 15 years ago.
Funny. Frank is the only person I've ever known to have seen this movie. I saw the preview. I remember
it was on TV. I saw it.
Nobody's seen this movie. I mean, anybody in the comments seen this? I mean, in the comment section, seen this movie? Also, sorry, Green Mile. I forgot about the Green Mile.
Green Mile, yeah.
Can I say something? I've never seen that movie.
Oh my God!
You can't say anything about me because that's an amazing. Watch the Green Mile. That's your assignment for this weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch the Green Mile. I feel like there's a major one we're missing.
I was tempted. I was really tempted to go on the internet to go to the list because, like I said, I was worried I was forgetting, and I was. You want me to go to his IMDb?
Yeah, because there's a huge one I feel like that we're not getting. I mean, yeah, you got the Toy Story movies. We're not doing animated though.
Yeah, that was a good call, taking away the animation.
But I know, but I love those.
Yeah, but it's too much.
So good.
Yeah, it's too much. All right, let me go down. Which way do you want me to?
Yes, thank you, Robin. Came out with Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
That's it.
That before.
I'm sorry. You said, I'm sorry. I didn't hear. I didn't hear you.
When I said I could have picked when I said I'm sorry. Forget who cares?
I got you. Yeah, but that was a great one. I mean, again, it's not one of his funny Tom Hanks, but it's an amazing
great movie.
Let me go through the list. The Money Pit. We'll start with The Money Pit. That's Cuddles.
Hysterical.
Loves that movie.
I love that movie
too. That's a great movie.
Do you want me to skip the ones I don't think are important?
Sure.
Okay. Every Time We Say Goodbye, Nothing in Common. Don't know those. Dragnet. That was a big one.
Dragnet. Dan Aykroyd.
Then comes Big. The Punchline. I don't know what Punchline is.
Don't know that one.
The Burbs.
Love it.
Turner and Hooch.
Love it.
Joe versus the Volcano.
Great movie.
The Bonfire of Vanities.
Okay.
Sorry, can I say one funny thing about Punchline?
Yeah.
In Punchline, Sally Field plays his love interest, and in Forrest Gump, she plays his mom.
Ah.
I feel like I've seen that recently. Somebody said that. Is he a comic in that?
Yes.
Or trying to be a comedian? Maybe we should watch that. That sounds like it would be good.
Oh, Robin's his bachelor party. Never saw that.
All right. A League of Their Own. Sleepless in
movie.
Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Fallen Angels.
That's it. I remember.
Don't know that one.
Philadelphia.
Right.
Forrest Gump.
Sure.
Apollo 13.
There's the other one.
Oh,
that's the big one.
Fuck.
That's a huge one we missed there.
Houston, we have a problem. That's a great movie.
Toy Story, That Thing You Do, Saving Private Ryan, You've Got Mail, Toy Story 2. Just look at this run. The Green Mile, Castaway, Band of Brothers, even though it's a miniseries, Road to Perdition.
Remember that?
I wasn't that into that movie.
Catch Me If You Can. We forgot.
Catch Me If You Can. Knock, knock.
Knock.
The Lady Killers.
Right.
The Terminal.
The Terminal.
Good
Medicine
one.
for Goat.
Medicine for Goat.
Come on.
That's a good one.
He's Krakosia. He's fucking great in The Terminal. Go home. Go Krakosia. Elvis Has Left the Building.
Don't know that.
Polar Express is animated.
Good one.
Cars.
He was in Cars?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
The Da Vinci Code.
Sure.
He's in the Simpsons movie.
Right.
This one is, I'll watch it, but it's not great. Charlie Wilson's War.
I don't know anything about it, really. I've heard of it. I never watched it.
Angels and Demons.
Okay.
The Pacific. Oh, he was a narrator in that. Toy Story 3.
I feel like he was a narrator. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be on the list. It might not be. The movie is called... I'm going to forget. Radio Flyer, yes, Radio Flyer. Thank you, hon. That I grew up with that movie, and it's another one that's a tear-jerking movie. That's a really, really great one.
Larry Crown.
Larry's Crown.
Yes, where he goes
Julia
back
Roberts.
to school.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. We saw that one, Anthony.
Aaron got disconnected. Great job, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Aaron. I love these.
Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close.
Oh yeah, that's a 9/11 movie.
Cloud Atlas. I never saw.
Heard of it, never saw it.
Captain Phillips.
Great movie.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Right, never saw it.
Okay, this is a good one. Probably not a lot of people saw it, but I fucking love this. I was saving a spot on my list for this one until like 3 left, and I thought she's never going to use it. Bridge of Spies. Bridge of Spies. He's so great.
Saw it, is he?
Oh, it's a great spy thriller. He's fucking great in it. Yeah, it's so good. A Hologram for the King.
Don't know it.
I never saw that one. Oh, Sully.
Yeah, never saw that one either. But he
played a good part in Sully. The Post with Meryl Streep. Right. He's great in that. Great story. Greyhound. I never saw that. That came out in 2020. That was on Apple. I don't think a lot of people saw that.
Yeah, don't know that one.
Let me see. News of the World, which I only saw
about the Queen album.
Streaming. No, I saw that on. I don't know what it is about. All right, I'll go through these quickly. Finch, 1883, Elvis, he stunk in. Pinocchio, A Man Called Otto, he was great in. And then Asteroid City and Freaky Tales are the last two on his IMDb.
Quite the roster. Definitely see Green Mile though. That was a really good movie.
I'm going to see that. You got to see Philadelphia, and I would say Bridge of Spies. You're probably going to enjoy the shit out of. It was really good.
In for a sad weekend.
Watch the Equal. I'm telling you, the Equalizer is fucking great.
All right, fabulous. Equalizer.
I feel like it's what's the Last of Us.
Yeah.
You know how you're like, I'm not gonna watch, but you're like, oh wait, no, this is similar genre but very different. That's what I get out of the Equalizer. Like, okay, I've seen Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger do all this shit before, but the way the story's told and the way they shoot it, and Denzel, it's so fucking great. It's so great.
All right, I'm in.
I'm a big fan of it.
And there's 3 of them.
And Cuddles still she doesn't like to stay up late, and she stayed up late to watch me.
I had to see it.
I've been on a like a sci-fi kick lately. I've watched the movie Life.
No.
It's what's his name? Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal, a few other people, but they're in space and they get a sample of soil from Mars and they find a little microbe and it becomes like this. It's the sign of life on Mars, and they're on the ship with it. And what happens? It's all sci-fi stuff.
What's that on?
It was good. It's on. I feel like it's on Paramount. It's either Paramount or what's the other one that looks like Paramount when you go to it?
They all look the same to me now. I can't remember, man.
Yeah, I can't. I think it might be Paramount, but it's a good. Just search on your home screen. Just search for Life.
All right. Google tells me it's on Sling TV.
Sling. Okay. Well, you know what? I enjoyed the movie. I don't want to give any spoilers. I did not like the end. That's all I can say.
See, that's going to turn me off. I don't want to watch it.
I watched the 2004 movie, The Core. Did you see that one? A lot of people in that one. That's a good where they have to go to the center of the Earth because the core of the Earth stops spinning and there's no more electromagnetic field protecting us from the sun. So they have to dig down and go take a ship to the center of the Earth and like blow it up and shit. They blow up nuclear weapons that apparently kickstarted again. I don't know. Yeah, a lot. You gotta not enjoy. You gotta not be a fan of science to get this one. You gotta suspend a little bit of disbelief. It's a little far fetched, but it's fun. It's a fun movie. What was the other one? Oh, this was a good movie. I recommend out of the 3, The Last Days on Mars.
Okay.
It's with I always forget his name. Remember Clear History?
Yeah.
Remember the the guy from that he hits his car, Liev Schreiber.
Mm-hmm.
He's the star of the movie. A few other people that I don't think I recognized any of them, but yeah, Liev Schreiber. Yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend that movie. So, The Last Days on Mars. I think it came out last year, 2023.
Okay,
that's a good one. I've been on a sci-fi kick lately.
I can see that.
Yeah,
2013, The Last Days on Mars came out.
No, it did not.
That's what it says. Liev Schreiber.
Oh, all right. 2013. I thought it was 2023. It's 2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also says Sling TV. Are you sure you don't have Sling TV?
I guess I have Sling TV.
Sling TV.
Something tells me I have Sling TV.
Yeah, Tubi, and also it says Hulu. It's on Hulu subscription.
Oh, so I watched it on one of those.
Okay.
I have Hulu, so probably Hulu.
So there you go. Some good streaming picks for this weekend.
Definitely, out of those three that I mentioned, the one with Mars and Liev Schreiber, that's a good one.
I love Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
He's fucking great.
If you watch Life, the movie Life, really good. And then you get to the end, you're like, what? That's my whole criticism of that movie.
Nobody's gonna want to sit through that now if that's gonna be the outcome.
Well, that's my opinion. I'm sure there are people that love the movie. And I did like the movie. I enjoyed the whole movie. The end confused me a little bit. Other than that, I have questions. In other words, I have questions about the end that some things didn't line up for me. But other people might love it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's my pick.
All right, Frankie. See, that's it. We've run out of show.
We've run out of show.
That's it.
Do we not have music? Oh, I could. All right, there it is. It's in and out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. The music busted.
Busted up the music. Okay.
There we go.
Hey.
Okay. That's what happens when you let your fucking 6-year-old daughter run rampant on your studio.
What did I say about that? Lock the door. Get that Oval book, people. Oval is available. Amazon. Download it. Buy it. Aaron's book, Oval. Available for purchase now. Link in the description below.
Live it and love it. Wait until it comes out though on Apple Vision Pro. Then it's gonna really fuck up some shit.
We're gonna AI generate a movie starting tomorrow.
It's gonna be great. I'm going to ChatGPT right now and go make me a film adaptation of Oval, and I'll have it in 4 minutes.
That would be unbelievable.
It's gonna be fucking great. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you guys back here on Monday.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go